evening, and welcome to the Fall 2022 Christmas Miracle Cutthroat League of Legends tournament. I'm Sergeant Angle, and I'm joined tonight by Leslie Nope. We've got an incredible field of competitors. Leslie, what do you expect to see tonight?
Well, I'm really excited to have a brand new game mode for a Christmas Miracle tournament here. We're going to be seeing a 4v4 between uh, a free-for-all style group of competitors, and I couldn't be more excited.
All right, now
And
who are
we're
we
in.
expecting to see on both teams here? I'm not surprised by the assassin pick for Spectacle. I was expecting a Senna pick, to be honest, out of
Now,
Masterless Magic, but
no Pike yet, which is surprising. A Teemo pick is a surprise,
Teemo
certainly.
pick is a surprise.
The Zed
Karthus
on
is an
Spectacle.
interesting pick. I feel like that's a tricky kill steal to pull off, but it's got some real potential.
I think some of the logic behind it is to clean up those escaped kills.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
so we'll see how
that's a
that
good
one
call.
works out. Ooh, an Alawi. Now,
Allow is an
seeing a
interesting choice.
Darius, very expected. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a
Now,
Teemo troll probably.
Lucian isn't your classic kill steal pick, but I think it's probably Aquafina relying on experience with the champion, or I'd guess.
We're seeing likely two Tryndamirs, which is I think a clever pick. You've got the Enrage ultimate to sneak through near death scenarios. Oh, flapping back and shifting to that Darius. I do think we're going to see a lot of Darius play this tournament, unless Darius does extremely poorly this round.
Given that there's no penalty for deaths, Tryndamere seems like a very logical choice.
Yeah, yeah. All right, there's going to be a 3-minute spectator delay before we make it in. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, Leslie. Looking at these two teams as they stand right now, which team do you think is going to walk away with the win?
That's a question. We don't have two Dariuses, it's two Tryndamirs.
Who turned to Bears?
So we'll say those even out. Um I think we could be seeing more DPS coming from the red side. A little less focus on just killing, but the comp of the blue side having a tank could make things interesting. Darius also can be tanky, but I don't expect to see him built tanky, given the nature of this game.
Yeah, we'll see him be, I think, reasonably bruisery, but uh, not a ton else. Actually, the blue team is all AD. Am I reading that right? I guess Alawi's got a little bit
Some
of
mixed
magic.
damage, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really, the Karthus pick is the only AP here, which probably won't be super relevant. I don't think we're going to see much itemization toward a particular team. Darius might build some extra armor, but beyond that, I'm thinking we're going to be just seeing mainly damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Thorn Mail on Darius. Uh, yeah, so here's the other question. This is a 4v4. Uh, you think we're going to see any junglers here? You think we're going to see some people fighting over who gets to be in solo lanes? What do you expect is going to happen there?
I'm not predicting based off of these champions that there will be a jungler, perhaps with the exception of a Nocturne. Um, a
Yeah, I can
jungler
see
could make
Masterless
sense in
Magic
some.
jungling Nocturne. I think that would be a consistent with his playstyle. He likes the Nocturne old ganks, and jungling Nocturne gives him a good opportunity to try to steal kills with his ult off of any lane that he's close to.
I think there's something to be said for having a jungler when you're talking about a 4v4 situation that really opens up uh, well it keeps you from having to duo with someone, which
Right,
in
right.
the kill steal world might be fortunate. And if you're Nocturne, you want to jump in there and swoop in and take a kill whenever a fight breaks out. I think an excellent choice for a jungler in that scenario.
Yeah, I think it's almost undeniably good for the team if they have a jungler. The question is, are there any players who want to take on that role?
Yeah, with Nocturne as a champion, I think he'll do better in the jungle than he would in a lane. So I expect to see that. I don't expect to see a jungle on the red team.
Yeah. All right, we're loaded into the load screen now.
And there we have it. The prediction was correct. Nocturne in the jungle. No jungler on red team.
I'm a little surprised to see no ignites on red team.
That is very surprising. You would think, given the nature of the game, that would be something that the players would be very interested in.
You know, a strong opportunity to put out some sustained damage on target, maybe pick up a kill on someone when they wander off in the distance. I don't know if it's materially gonna translate much. I mean, the heals on some of these champions make a lot of sense, but we'll see.
Now we do have a teleport on both teams. I think we can expect to see Darius Alawi in the top lane.
I'm getting a lot of
There's a
black screen right
yeah.
now. I think it could be because we loaded faster than the players did. All right. Yeah, sorry, we missed the first 2 minutes there, but I don't think we missed any kills. Yeah, it looks like we got 3 top lane, which is a surprising outcome. Nocturne is jungling, starting red, and looks like he's not getting a leash. Looks like Karthus is headed mid.
Yep.
I wonder if this is an attempt to strangle out Alawi, or if it's just the team fighting over who gets to be in a solo lane.
I think seeing 3 in one lane is actually interesting because there's more kill potential, theoretically.
Yeah.
And if you want to be where the kills are early, you could argue there's an incentive to group up there.
Of all of the champions to 2v1, I think Alawi is not a good choice. She does very well stacking up against larger numbers of enemies, and against melee champions, you're not really going to force her out of lane, at least not yet.
Right.
See how that pans out. Looks like
Karthus
Karthus is
walking back to base.
forced out of lane by Zed. Zed's farming very well, 17 CS so far. He's got the pots for some good sustain. And Alawi's doing a really good job in this 1v2. Taking full advantage of the level advantage, forcing Darius out of lane.
Bot lane
Darius
looking
going back to 5 maybe?
pretty even here. Tryndamere is we got a fight breaking out, an ignite from Tryndamere onto the Lucian, who is at quite high health when that popped, so not going to see much from that.
Ipu managing to put out a good amount of harass on this Darius Trynd combo. Going very aggressive, walking into the bush. Darius can be able to make this turn into a kill.
Clutch escape. With Darius falling quite low. It seems as if Where You Spat doesn't really care to contribute to the fight, and instead is focusing on farming to get ahead on gold.
Yeah, if Where You Spat had joined in that fight, then we probably would have lost Alawi there, but he probably was afraid that Darius would have picked up the kill. Decided to sit that one out.
Tragedy to the commons.
Exactly. Burning Darius's flash, though, which honestly puts Where You Spat in a better position to secure kills in the future.
Now, Nocturne is counter jungling as there is no red side jungler to stop Nocturne, but potentially setting up a gank on mid lane here.
Looks like Zed is being very aggressive in lane. 30 CS from Zed to 13 from Karthus. And we've got the chat has started up. Tryndamere wants Lucian to feed him. Lucian's responding with negative comments about Tryndamere's play, pardon me.
Now, chat coming through from Twitch chat. Is that right?
No, this is in-game chat. This is the players taunting each other.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that came through.
Now that is a time-honored part. I think it's just the all chat we're seeing, but it's a time-honored part of League of Legends play, and it's really refreshing to see these players bringing their A game, really pro-level trolling, really to try and tilt their opponents. That's a good invade on Nocturne. But he might be able to get out, although Zed doesn't care to help out. Yeah, Nocturne manages to escape. That was a good escape. I did not think he was going to make it out of that one.
I just realized I didn't have all chat enabled, at least not for spectate mode, so that is good.
Do a CS check here. It looks like the CS advantage is going pretty strongly to blue team. That does make sense with Nocturne jungling. Lowie's struggling the most on CS in that 1v2, but still holding their own against their lane opponents who are fighting over farm. I think this CS lead is going to be a problem for red team if they can't start to convert some kills.
Right. Yeah, it might be a lesson that is found out. The teams may change, but the players may be aware in the following games that a jungler really makes a big difference when it comes to just getting gold and experience well distributed. We have a fight breaking out on top lane. iPood is in the thick of it. Looks like
no one wants to dive.
Unscathed. Level 4 Tryndamere. Now iPood is at level 6. The experience being split among. Oh, we have the first kill.
First blood to Zed.
Diving under mid lane.
That was a strong dive position, got Karthus low, and then took advantage of the Zed ultimate there. I don't think a lot Karthus could do at that point. Now this is normally when Karthus would want to get some jungle assistance, but as we mentioned already, they don't have a jungler, and once Zed starts to get ahead in lane, it could end up being a really difficult lane to show up for Karthus. And we see Karthus might be leaving lane. I love this. Karthus might be heading bottom to say, I'm done with this. Let me take some farm down here.
And I think in this type of setup, that's probably a good move.
I think that's exactly the right move. Yeah, I think Karthus just says, I live in this lane now. I live in whatever lane that Zed doesn't live in. And force someone else to deal with the Zed problem.
I think we're going to see a lot of tragedy of the commons type moments as red team tries to decide how they're going to deal with losing objectives, falling behind in gold, and yet still trying to meet personal goals.
Now you see red team there, the ping coming out saying what's going on with Zed taking all these plates in mid tower, and I think Karthus played that extremely well leaving.
Got the
Trin's
dive
for the dive
from Flappin.
Flappin's probably going to be able to ult out of that. That was a good call in his part.
Did we see an ult from Dongle Daddy there?
No Karthus ult.
Or maybe it got cancelled. It looks like it's on cooldown, but I didn't see the ult actually come off. I wonder if it got cancelled in lane instead of after death.
While we were talking there, iPood pulled off a kill on Darius. Just as Darius was ulting to kill him. This
And then the
is
Tryndamere
down.
coming in for revenge. Oh, very close one there. We also saw Spectacle pick up another kill in mid lane against the Lucian.
A Spectacle with 2 kills and the most farm in the game is in a really strong position to be our kill leader right now. And the only way to do something about that at this point really is if red team coordinates, but I'm not sure if we're going to see coordination out of red team in response to this. We have Red team players headed mid.
Nocturne floating between top and mid lane, looking for an opportunity.
Announces he's headed up top for a gank, and Alawi says, I don't want to help you get a kill. Tryndamere just walks out. We did see Flappin' back and take the red from Nocturne. A good call on his part. There's no strength in lane.
Now this is going to, post level 6, be an increasingly difficult matchup for Lucian versus Tryndamere. Spectacle
out of
is
Zed.
keep looking for the kill on Karthus mid, who manages to escape with a sliver of health.
And that's a hungry Spectacle right there. That was a very greedy dive. But a good call on Karthus
Greedy
to
dives.
burn the flash and get out.
Flappin does not go for it, although he does have ult available. Ipoot continues to bully Darius top.
Ipoot has 3 levels on Darius at this point. It's going to be
That
extremely
1v2
difficult to Darius.
lead, being able to sustain that without giving up any deaths, has put Ipoot in a really strong position.
Yeah, this is actually an important thing to note. If you look at the levels on blue team, we have 8, 9, 9, and 9, whereas red team has 7, 8, 7, 8. There's a massive difference between the two teams. And we're seeing in chat now Lucian taunting Tryndamere, saying he plays like a duck. Tryndamere responding with a kill on Lucian there.
When you play weird, we reward. Easy is expressing perhaps how boring it is to kill Lucian.
So that's interesting there. Nocturne went mid and ganked Karthus. Karthus was able to beat Nocturne back, and then Zed comes in and picks up the kill. That's just pure gravy for Spectacle there. And I can't help but think that Nationalist might be trying to rethink a little bit his ganking tactic. Keep Spectacle from eating up those kills.
This is the dump train.
Yeah, unless they are low after a fight, as the jungler, especially with a Nocturne, seems like you really wanna be ganking while the fight is happening, or immediately following up the fight.
Right. Like right now, this Lucian is begging for the
There it is.
There he goes.
Yeah,
and that was an excellent
Nocturne.
play.
Yeah.
Tryndamere, you saw the lack of communication there, so Tryndamere fell back. Didn't know that he had support coming. That was a beautiful kill steal.
That's what we're looking for in this tournament.
That's Nationalist embodying the true spirit of the League of Legends player right there. Spectacle's taking some damage, but that tower is probably going to go down. Darius recalling instead of going in on him. Looks like Darius is trying to catch up on level a little bit by taking jungle camps.
Red team's turret has been
That's
destroyed.
2 towers to blue team. Things are looking pretty good for blue team right now.
With a 10k gold lead, this is looking like a blue team win. Now anything could happen, but 10k is
10k is quite substantial. Yeah,
almost doubling.
Massive kill lead, or gold lead, and a significant level lead as well. And here we have the great Tryndamere fight. We're going to see some anger and undying rage here.
And you know, the big question when it comes to Tryndamere fights is essentially whoever ults first loses. You always want to be the second one to ult if you can manage it. Now in this case, Tryndamere had a graceful exit. We're seeing Ipoot converge on the center, flexing that 11 level lead over the level 8s, taking very little damage.
And looking at the scoreboard right
This should
now,
be interesting. We have 4 red players, all of them here mid, and iFood is sitting with no mana and not in the least afraid.
if you're on red team right now, here's the question: if you're Alawi or Tryndamere, do you want to end, or do you want to play out the game more and see if you can climb up another spot, see if you can overtake Spectacle on kills? The sooner the game ends, the more points blue team is going to get. They have another 4 minutes or so to end the game and get max points. But after that, their points will start ticking down for winning the game every 5 minutes.
That is
And
a
it-
tough call. I think it depends on what position you're in. If you're a Tryndamere or Alawi, you're tied, very close still. As Spectacle seems to soar further ahead.
I think Spectacle wants to finish this out as fast as he can, cement
Well,
his first
speaking of
place.
Spectacle, and pop into the channel.
I just wanted to check on you guys to see if the stream was catching up.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We're
at
probably
16:30 right now.
probably 5 minutes behind.
Cool.
Yeah. Little spoilers there for everyone that probably have a victory coming for one team soon, and I for one am expecting the blue team to surrender in that time span.
I don't see it going any other way. 12-1 is our scoreboard. Now, if you're on the red team right now, you're probably asking, how do I differentiate myself from my teammates here? How do I pick up 1 or 2 kills before this thing closes out?
So here's the thing with the scores right now. If you're on red team, if you're Karthus, Lucian, or Darius, and you can pick up 1 kill, that massively increases your score for this game. And if you can pick up 2 kills, then you all of a sudden are tied for 2nd place. And these are where things stand right now. That's a tall
Absolutely
order.
brutal coming from blue team here, and just decimating.
Oh, and that was rough for Nocturne. Alawi gets the double kill, while Nocturne's ulting to try to pick up the same.
Did that come from a tentacle there?
I think it came from the tentacle proc, yeah.
Wow. We'll have to have our analyst desk review the replay.
Yes, if only there were a way for us to go back in time. But I think given the time we lost earlier, we don't have the opportunity for the instant replay on that one. Spectacle looking for some kills here. Now, Spectacle's position as kill leader is tenuous. There are 2 players now nipping closely at his heels. So he really, he's not
That is true.
guaranteed the first place spot here. Nocturne has been having trouble picking up those extra kills. He had that really good kill steal, but he's been trying to.
Yeah, where
pull off
you
kill
sat
steals.
is managed to pull ahead in that sense, kill sense. We see Spectacle grabbed by the Darius, but he is woefully behind in levels. It's going to be a tall order. The Tryndamere going in manages to secure the kill. That is all 3 kills on red team going to Tryndamere. I think it really points to how great of a champion this is in this mode, being able to say, I don't care if I die, I can stay alive long enough to finish this off.
And that really is what's critical, right? Like, it doesn't matter a ton. I mean, it matters a little bit, but it's not critical how often you die. It's the kills you get that matter the most. Dying does give other players kill potential compared to you, but as long as you spread out your deaths, you want to trade kills. So, yeah, I think Tryndamere is an excellent pick for this mode.
For reviewing the rules, are there any limitations on which champions are picked in the next round?
I don't believe so. That said, this is blind pick, so you might have to fight other players on your own
We're
team.
seeing a total of 9 kills on both teams out of 21 on Tryndamere's, which I think is quite telling. The strength of the champion to to secure those.
And you can see blue team here is really trying to close this out for the extra win points, but they just crossed the 20-minute threshold. And now, as soon as they crossed it,
Surrender.
red team wants to surrender.
Probably a smart move from red team there to wait for the point denial.
Yeah,
Or-
that was a really good call on red team's part. All right, I'm going to tabulate these results. You want to pop back into the lobby and we can chat with the players while I
Let's
update
do it.
scores here.
Okay, so I committed.
Good game, everyone. Good game. We're
Thank you.
tabulating scores right now, and I will update
Is it possible
the
to have
teams in a moment.
negative points? Because I think I might have that.
It's not going to look great for me. I'll tell you right now.
I don't think there are any negative point mechanics built into the scoring.
No, you don't
For
lose points.
fucking
No, you can't lose
retarded
points.
plays? Is there like bullying? Like point deduction?
always bullying.
That would be just points.
Hey, you guys,
That's correct. All
That
of
is how
them
you
are
gain
bullying.
points.
20 minutes.
Hey, what about extra point for most damage?
Unfortunately,
It's not in the
the
rules.
game doesn't care about damage at all.
No, or assists. Definitely
The
not
rules are
assists.
stupid.
If you get 10 kills, technically you only needed to apply 10 points of damage.
That's right.
Now I have
That's
a
what
really
we're looking
Anything over
for.
that is excess.
that I
You
wanna
get
make
points for it's a ratio of damage to kills. The less damage
Right.
you deal and the more kills you have, the better off you are.
Or you succeed.
Yeah, why waste the effort when you have teammates to do the heavy
Yeah.
lifting?
All right, so quick update on scores so far.
Don't even tell me.
So our point leader is Spectacle with 14 points.
Oh, jeez.
Flappin' Batkin has 13. iPoop
Yes, sir.
101 with 12. Masterless Magic with 10. Where You Spat with 7. And Aquafina 541. Elwin and Dongle Daddy are tied at 4. Now I'm surprised that we don't see anyone going for Trent here.
Yeah, no trend after that last game. That is very surprising. We also haven't seen any pikes. There's a lot of rumblings about pike before the tournament started.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Pike would be a bad choice, so I'm not surprised to see him skipped here. But it could
I
be
think
that the
champions that can kill independently on their own and don't need to rely on kill stealing are arguably much stronger. So
Right.
his Ned pick here, I think is still a solid one.
and I think we do see players trying to revert back to strengths here. We see Masterless Magic picking Zyra. He's got a lot of experience with that. Spectacle going with Zed again. The old if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Darius on iPood, or vice versa. Yeah. All right, the 3-minute count has
3-minute
started.
count is starting. So that the kills in the last game, I think, were remarkably close at the end. The Spectacle and Flappin' Batkin were off by 1. iPood and Where You Spat were off by 1. The players, I think, Maskless, Aquafina 451, Elwin, and Dongle Daddy were all off by 1. So players really had an opportunity, if they had been able to pick up 1 kill there at the end, to shift their positioning in a really meaningful way. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to
While
see.
being behind, it becomes increasingly difficult to do something like that without coordination, right?
Right,
Like when you're
right.
talking about that big of a gold difference, the only way you're probably going to find kills is if you're able to group up with your team. And at that point, that's a tall order.
Right. And that actually, I
Now,
think, was
arguably,
a struggle point for Red Team in the last game. There were a number of opportunities they had where they probably could have picked up a kill if the 2 players present had worked together, but they had a fear of not being the one who got the kill and called it off. And that might have cost them in the long run by not getting those kills and getting the gold, even if it was assist gold. They might have put themselves back farther
exactly.
in the game.
Yeah, I mean, let's think game theory here, where if you're at the bottom rung of the ladder, you don't really have anything to lose by teaming up and trying to secure a kill. You could end up falling instead of being tied for last, end up being very last. That's probably the worst thing that could happen. But you really, if you're in that kind of position, you want to do everything you can to start adding something to the scoreboard, and not just hoping that everyone else stays down there with you.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect to see lane-wise here? We
Well,
heard Red Team from last game admitting that the lack of a jungler was probably costly.
yeah, I'm expecting to see Vi in the jungle along with Pantheon.
Yeah, that seems likely. Yeah.
Set Darius top, Annie Zed mid, Riven Zyra bot. We could see the Riven and the Darius be on opposite lanes, but
It
those are
is
my
interesting,
predictions.
it doesn't really matter who goes top versus bot so much, given the way these teams are set up. It'll be a solo lane either way.
Right.
It is interesting. The Masterless Magic jungled last game with Nocturne, who I think is a really good jungler pick in terms of opportunity to land kills on like pull off kill steals from the jungle. And he, even though he had a really good jungle kill steal, he had trouble securing kills through most of the game, and that could be because of how far ahead the laners were in general. But I wonder if we're going to see junglers this game struggling to pick up kills, and no jungler has no smite on red team again. This could be ultimate tragedy of the commons.
Yeah, it does rather look like, despite the discussion last time, we do have some different players here, but no one went for jungle.
And that said, on blue team, Masterless jungled last game and is in the lane, so we do see junglers shaking up there.
Welcome to Summoner's
That
I
is
think
true.
you're-
I think we're going to run into a similar problem. Well, it all depends, right? Because now it looks like our bot lane consists
30
of
seconds
Darius
until
and
minions
Pantheon.
spawn.
Depending on who they end up against, if they can actually get ahead, if they're not dealing with the 1v2 might that is Alawi, they might have a chance to shut it down and get ahead. Maybe they can even farm their lane opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think Pantheon Darius is a scary combo to have to 1v2 against.
Minions have spawned.
And it looks like Zed might be leashing for Vi. Vi begging for the help, and Zed saying, "Not my job, not my prob."
It seems like Zed might go ahead and do it.
Oh, it seems like he is. He's actually considering helping out.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna have the Zed in the solo lane against the Darius and Pantheon. This should be very interesting.
Now, see, I wonder if Zed's going to put up with that. I mean, Spectacle could just say, "I don't want this," and leave, and force the team to accommodate him in some other way. Or he could say,
Yeah, it all
he'll
kind of
hold
comes
the
down
tower.
to what the discussion looked like. It's very possible they said, "Hey, we know you have a very significant lead here. We're not going to put up with it." Or maybe they kindly asked, you could sacrifice it. Difficult to say. And we have a snare from Zyra doing some decent poke on Riven up top lane.
And it is important to point out, Spectacle is in the lead, but his lead is by no means crushing at this point. He is, I think, unfortunately I don't have the scoreboard open right now. Maybe you can tell me how many points ahead he is right now.
We have a fight breaking out in mid lane. Set is running from the Annie. Looks like the Annie might... waiting in the bush.
It's like Zed's, or Vi is
Zed,
coming in trying to pull
is-
something off there.
Is still running.
And Annie's able to make it out.
Perhaps running all the way home. Just a safe distance and then recalling. Down in the bottom lane, haven't seen too much health loss. Still Zed trying to get what minions he can with his ranged abilities. We've seen several attempts to pull from the Darius, but I don't believe anything successful at this point.
Zed's doing a good job freezing the lane there, at least right now. I think that Red Team needs to force him out of that posture. They need to shove that wave into the tower and reset. So they can.
We see the
force Zed into
Vi
position.
going in and holding mid lane. It's arguably a team player move right there, while Set comes back.
Arguably, that does give Vi a nice chunk of CS. Vi is 23 CS right now. He's leading in CS. That's a lot of damage out of Masterless on that mid.
A slight level advantage. Annie over Set here. They're now even. Pantheon looking for some way to jump in. Oh, top lane. That's some nice damage. Riven looking to recall, having been poked down too much by the Zyra. The Zyra is out of mana though, so we're not going to be seeing much more damage per second coming out of that champion. Zed coming mid, looking for a potential pick on the Annie.
He turns out to be a little too close to tower. I really think that Set Dongle Daddy's sticking around there because she saw the presence of her jungler. She saw the presence of Spectacle, which in a normal game I think is a really good call, and it worked out for her here. I'd be concerned for her in the long run.
Yeah, I think in a sense, oh, this looks like an execute.
Honestly, with Pantheon showing up, and how low Set was, that execute might have been a strategic play.
It is actually a quick recall when you think about it in the context of this game.
And that first blood going to Zyra with the tower dive on Riven.
Wow.
Trading
So
kills there.
did Riven not get the recall off?
No, I think Riven was trying to get it off, but Zyra was able to force the issue. We can actually go back for a quick instant replay here. Yeah, Riven was trying to get the recall off. Zyra went in, flashed
Oh wow,
under tower.
look at that. Oh man. Oh, but also goes down. Alright,
Yeah.
so that was a trade.
All
First
right.
blood is worth more in terms of gold, but not points.
And that does put our point leaders right now tied between Zyra and Riven, Masterless and Elwyn. Spectacle trying to pick up a kill on Ivan here. Oh, and Ivan
Then
having the
Pantheon
lead,
in!
but
for the
Pantheon picks up
steal.
the kill. That is fantastic for Pantheon. Oh no, Pantheon didn't get the kill.
Oh
Darius got it with
The ignite.
Ignite.
Now, are you current on the stream here, or does it need to go forward a little bit?
I'm
So-
at 634.
Yeah, I think you might be 10 seconds behind where I'm at. Can
I'm
you pop
gonna
back
rapid
forward?
fire us up to speed here, and we're up to speed now.
Excellent.
I think.
Well, that was a really strong play by Pantheon. It just luck of the draw
Yeah.
on that ignite.
That's what we were talking about in the load screen for last game, that Ignite is a potentially very strong pick for securing kills. We actually see way more Ignites this game, 5 players with Ignite. So I think that there's a consensus there.
Where you spat jumps in on the Annie mid.
I
It's
love
close,
Dongle Daddy's
very
play
close.
here. Dongle Daddy, Dongle Daddy almost able to wait for where he spat to die and pick up the kill. I think she was playing that pretty well.
It's a gamble. Yeah.
It's a gamble.
Perhaps a flash in could have done it, but
Yeah, yeah. The
close
fight
one.
just didn't quite position the way Set wanted it to.
Now, this bowling of the Zyra top lane is bowling by Zyra onto the Riven. It looks very rough to be Riven. this scenario.
Yeah, Riven's. Elwyn
Even
has a
levels
lot of-
though, Gold's probably not too far off looking at farm. So Riven,
Yeah.
if Riven can avoid taking the poke, could actually engage. Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's what
There's
we
the
see
engage
there.
with
Riven
done.
going in with the flash. Dive.
The ults from Zyra and
Zyra with the kill.
wow.
Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Spectacle died, and Dongle Daddy trying to pick up a kill, and I pooed, but Flappin's back in there to save him.
I'm backing off and survives the bleed.
Looks like Vi's coming in. No ult on Vi right now.
Really,
so-
really good choice to back off there, but coming back in here seems a bit questionable.
That's a bold play, and Flapkin takes advantage of it. I think that's another one of those situations where you sort of expect more support from the other players, and you realize they're just not going to give it to you.
Right, right.
Spectacle's been trying to pick up kills here, but he's down 2 deaths at the moment. That
Riven
aggression
complaining
might not
about
be paying off.
the ranged nature of their opponent, and Masterless Magic is very satisfied to continue playing ranged champions.
And this is the pro level chat trolling that we were talking about earlier. Vi going in with
Well, with
Flap Injection.
But it's 2v1. Oh, and incredible, incredible. 3 champions go down, and
That's a pretty even kill
Spectacle
distribution too.
Yep, yep.
A good
There
cleanup
to
on
pick that.
Spectacle's part.
And we have the gank top, where Zyra is going to go down. The knockup, but there are no remaining plants. That's going to just be a freebie for red team.
And that kill going to Riven. Which
Yep,
is
now we
not
have-
what Darius wanted with that gank.
The kills are very, very well distributed in this game. 2 kills on 5 players.
And if you look at the gold, the teams are tied up in gold here. This is anyone's match at the moment, both in terms of which team will win, but also in terms of who can walk away with the final victory. The #1 kill ranking slot. Vi looks like she's trying to sneak a dragon here, and is probably going to pull it off.
Really interesting choice, taking Dragon is a huge team player move. I'm not completely well versed on the amount of experience that is given globally and locally to the team for taking Dragon. I believe there's some. We've got a gank mid, taking out the Dongle Daddy set.
And that kill going to Annie. Riven burning her ult, but not able to secure the kill with it, unfortunately.
Annie taking the lead. Without ult up in that situation, Tibbers coming up very shortly. Zyra pushing in top with a good snare on Darius, chunking a third of his health and potentially saving him.
We got a lot of
Zyra
killing coming
now.
up.
Yep.
We'll see if Zyra
about
notices
to
this.
be completely surrounded here. If Flash is up, maybe there's a chance. It is.
There's that flash.
Red team spends a good amount of time trying to get that kill and is unsuccessful. Now Riven hanging around here, looking to see if something will happen. This is that vulture style play that we see Flappin' Babkin asking to back off, and there's the knockup. Dylan secures the kill.
And Darius almost going down there, but Zyra not able to secure the kill on that. And I think that's what Zyra was planning. I don't think Zyra really cared if she died there. She just wanted to pick up another kill, do a trade.
Exactly, yeah. Now, I don't think, given how long Riven was in the bush, I don't think Zyra's is because by normal League standards,
Yeah,
it felt a little long. We have
that's a
Annie.
lot of Annie damage.
Yeah, the
Not
heal
on set.
set to be able to run away and now recall.
Set
Zed
makes
looking
it
for a
out.
dive, takes an extra tower
Oh.
shot. Very ambitious. The Pantheon manages to escape with his life and pick up the kill. Outplayed coming from chat.
Pantheon trying to put some salt in that wound. Again, I'm consistently impressed with the quality of the trash talk here. It's classic. Worry Spat trying to get off a gank on Flashy Back, and he does get the kill. And looks like he'll be able to make it out, despite Elwin's attempt to stop the kill. Still a very close match with 3 players with 3 kills.
Pantheon coming in top, jumping on Zyra. The ult goes off, saving Zyra's life. Just a sliver again. Set coming in with an ult onto the Riven. Riven barely survives. Was a good ult from Set. Maybe the direction may have saved Riven. Spectacle still looking to see if he can secure it finally, but backing off.
I think that was a really good Set ult. I think Set ulted in that direction to try and keep Riven away from Spectacle in that fight. And just barely...
Yeah, hard to calculate the exact damage it'll do, but it was very close to... And now there's 2 mid that pick up the Set. Spectacle having left, and now maybe circling back. Probably not something there, although Zyra is now mid. But
that is a scary Annie to have to face down right now. Although, look at that Vi CS, 114 CS on Vi with 3 kills. Looks like Vi is buying right now. I think we're going to see a lot.
Vi has completed Mythic with boots. Annie has completed Mythic without boots. We're seeing a couple heroes still not having completed a Mythic. Set, Zyra, and Riven are among them. Darius also is in a pretty good position here with Trinity Force and Blade Steel Caps.
Red team with 2,200 gold lead at the moment.
Picking up first tower. And it's a team fight in mid lane.
It is a team fight that no one on Red team wants to be part of. Annie and Riven just watching that passively from a distance saying, no thank you. This is your problem. And you'll love to see it.
Pantheon coming up, considered hitting Scryer's Bloom, but then thought, hey, maybe I'll have a better chance if they don't see me here. Blue team starts on Dragon. Red team actually grouping up here to potentially contest. We've got 4 blue on Dragon. It's going down quickly. It is now secured. Red team looking like they want out.
Darius still...
Darius is not there for the fight.
Walking in, yeah. Blue team is content to walk off with their second dragon. That's a cloud dragon.
Zyra nearly misses the root, which probably would have ruined Pantheon's day.
Vi almost getting the
Now,
knock-up on that.
Vi is very much on her own right here. We do see a combo go down. Wow, that was really strong play and great follow-up from Blue Team. Riven comes in with the cleanup.
Kills going to Vi and Riven there. Now cementing, or working to cement their positions as 1 and 2 on the kill leaderboard. But we have a very tight cluster of players
And
here.
there's the snare onto the Riven, who is determined to get the Zyra. She does. Dongle Daddy does not end up getting the kill, despite being the one to do the finishing damage. That's the power of the damage over time.
Now that has got to be a frustrating kill to lose out for set there. I legitimately had to look back and verify that because I just assumed that kill was going to set.
Yeah.
Was that a plant that secured it for Zyra?
I believe it was actually the ignite.
Pantheon coming in, picking up a kill on set, and looks like he'll be able to get out.
Yeah, red team carrying this momentum nicely. 2 dragons on blue team though, so we'll have to see how this one scales into later game.
Yeah, red team is rocking a pretty decent gold lead at the moment, 2,400. Question is, does red team actually want to finish the game? Darius able to pick up a kill on Zyra there. The question is, can he make it
The
out?
vultures are here!
Spectacle saying, I want this. And barely
No
being able to
ult
steal the
available,
kill
but
from Vi.
doesn't matter.
I think Vi blew a flash to try to catch up to that one.
It does
yeah.
appear that way, yep. And then a little bit of disrespect, looking as if, wow, still under tower aggro range.
Spectacle
And
saying,
Spectacle hangs back, says, I'll let you sort that out. I'll come in for the cleanup. But he's going to be punished for it because Flappin' Bapkin comes in out of the jungle and avenges the tower.
and that's actually really bad for Riven there. Flapping back and picking up the double kill and now tying Riven and Vi for kills. Not the outcome Riven wanted from that engage.
Kills still quite close and just well distributed among various players. We see 5 kills on Vi, Riven, and Annie, with the Darius not far behind at 4.
Yeah,
Zyra
this is-
Pantheon sitting at 3.
Blue team's turret has been
the
destroyed.
game itself on the whole is definitely trending in favor of red team.
I think top lane we're going to
kills
see
are
Annie considering going in on the set. As set takes aggro from the minions here,
She's trying to build up a
potentially
stun,
becoming
it looks like.
a juicier target. There's not enough damage coming out of the set to keep up with where Annie's at. And now it takes 6-3. Really smart move to just look for those picks, take her time, and make sure that she smartly secures them.
Zed picking up the shutdown on Pantheon. That goal is going to go a long way toward helping Zed pick up some items here, and I would not be surprised if this game goes on for a long time, if we start to see Zed's kills turn around a little bit, if he's able to start catching up on gold.
Now Darius here catches Zyra, who face checks the push, but
Elwyn
the
picking up the
Riven
kill while
steals
Darius is
it.
in the air.
Oh,
Straight road.
That has got to be a sad day for Darius, but a really happy day for Elwyn.
Get foul.
uh, 6-3 is the score of the leaders, both on red team.
Vi a close second right now with 5 kills.
Still seeing about a 3k gold gap between the teams, but red is circling around this bot lane here.
The gold gap is slowly growing.
Now Vi ends up just jumping into 3 players from red team and has a bad day. That kill going to Elwyn, who now is the
Now
new
is our
kill leader.
Elwyn's been doing a good job being present for a lot of fights and jumping in at the right moment to pick up a position.
It's a great catch-up, considering how difficult of an early game Elwyn had being bullied by the Zyra. He managed to keep even in kills, and now is really capitalizing on it.
Zed
fight
picking up
breaks
another
out.
shutdown. He's probably not going to make it out. Annie picking up the kill. Dongle Daddy working to get
Well, very
Pantheon.
close, but the rest of the team comes there, and it looks like that will close out all of the blue players, and we're now looking at a 4K gold difference. Red also gets a dragon for themselves.
That was a good cleanup effort. Another second or two, and the rest of red team would have been back in time for the finish on Pantheon. But in that fight, unfortunately for Riven, Elwood wasn't able to pick up any kills in that fight, so Annie's tied once again. Darius and Pantheon looking to beat Fnatic and Minik. Right now, if you're Zyra, if you're Zed, if you're Set, you want this game to keep going.
Yeah, something I want to point out is that jungle that we pointed out, and what kind of a difference that would make having it on one team and not the other team. We're actually seeing the non-jungle team pull ahead here. So maybe
Yeah,
not as big of a difference as we thought.
Oh, Set getting caught out in the river, that's rough.
Just eating the full combo. Man, he's stunned. The Pantheon jumping in, hits Zyra, chunking a significant amount of health. Oh, it was
Zyra
enough.
Can't take it out. Vi engaging in a fight with Darius. Some good damage out. Darius pulling the flash to try to get away with it. Enough, it will not. Shut down gold 5.
And
Well,
we go.
I missed who went down in the river there. Looks like Zed picked up a kill on Pantheon.
Yeah, Zed picked up a kill, ulted Pantheon, and then shortly thereafter was taken out by, I want to say it was Annie?
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I'd have to go back. Let's see.
Annie's now up to 9 kills.
Highlighting over it, it looks like, yeah, Annie took out the Zed there.
Yeah, Annie's up to 9 kills. It's going to be difficult at this point to unseat her as the kill leader. And if you're Annie, you want to finish this game. We just passed the 25-minute mark, so the points going to the winning team have dropped. Annie trying to pick up a kill on Set, and is able to do so with the Tiber's stun.
Annie now 3 kills ahead of Riven. That's going to be tough for Riven to match. Annie is going to be able to get that combo off without having to necessarily wait for some type of cooldowns that Riven does on her ult. Tibbers can kind of just hang out as we're seeing mid lane driving off the kills.
If I were Riven right now, I'd say let's end this while I'm in the second place spot. I think that's a lot of points, and Annie's seems to be a runaway train recently. And if I'm Annie, I'd say let's try to end this and get the bonus points while I'm in first place. But I think Pantheon and Darius have an incentive to try and keep going, because they're probably not going to lose position if they keep going with how this fight's going. Vi picking up the kill on Pantheon. Good clean
Riven
fight.
escaping with 300 health. Zyra's ult going down to try to secure that kill. Now Vi onto Annie here, who is quite out of position here. Are we going to be able to see... kill is picked up from Zyra. Man, I don't think Darius is making it out of this one either. Kill goes to Spectacle. Now that's it's really making the kills a lot closer between most of the players here. Now that the winning points are so much lower, not nearly as much of a concern.
Yeah, kills matter significantly more. I'm actually surprised to see Masterless and Spectacle trying to push out here. Maybe they think they're going to be able to win at this point. But maybe they're just trying to get the gold.
Blue team going for their 3rd dragon, with red team potentially looking to contest.
And this is
Too
one
far
area
off.
that the jungler has been a big help, is helping keep up with that dragon control.
Yeah, really a smart team play to play around that smite, and we saw the willingness of Spectacle to do that to help out the jungler. So there's something to be said for cooperating under certain circumstances.
We're seeing Darius and Riven look to see if they can push up bottom lane.
Gold difference is narrowed slightly, now being just under 3k difference.
Darius might be a little out of position here, but he's going to make it out. He knows the danger he's in. Annie's coming on down. See if she can maybe...
Not a lot of wards coming out of red team. It is hard in a game like this to think about the value of wards because they help everyone on your team, not just you. We
Vi
see
looking to pick off Annie, but probably going to struggle to make it out of this one. Darius getting the kill. Laughing Dancing was a good Zanyas out of the set.
Uncle Daddy getting caught, and now that is a significant number of kills picked up by Darius, bringing him into second place on the kill leaderboard.
That's a fantastic Darius. And if you see that as
That's
Annie, you have
Darius.
to think...
No, you're here for that end game multi-kill potential.
Yeah. Yeah, if I were Andy, I'd say let's close this out, please. Oh, I'm still in first because Darius is likely going to have much more group killing potential than Andy.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, agreed. Darius still helping to take out the inhib though, wanting to continue the team's push forward here. They look toward Baron now. Red team with a 5k lead. So they have extended that gap pretty significantly over that last fight.
Pantheon taking blue from Annie.
Surrender vote failed for blue team 1-3.
Do we have an indication if we called that surrender?
We don't.
That might be a buy call to try and secure a position that's tied for third place.
Yep. If I was Vi, I would consider doing that too. Although,
yeah,
she is in a good position to continue to pick up kills. In theory, Riven is also sitting at 7 kills. There you go. So she passes up Riven in number of kills, tying Darius.
Pantheon able to catch Zyra with the ult. And we're seeing now on the kill front, Annie's still in the lead, able to pick up another kill in that fight.
See, this is a really interesting situation here. We see the blue players not wanting to give up, continue the game on, look for more kills, and, they let the super minions just continue on into their base. They know what their priorities are.
And as a refresher, if this game goes to 45 minutes, then we'll take a screenshot of the scoreboard and there will be no points for winning the game. Determined at that point. So at most we have another 13 minutes in this game. We'll see if we actually get there. But yeah, I think blue team players have every incentive right now to keep pushing. Vi has shown that she can still pick up good kills. Spectacle, I think, has good reason to believe that he can probably snipe kills on the edges here, as he's been doing, slowly climbing up in his positioning. Zyra instead in a position where nothing to lose by pushing the game on.
Annie will go down with Vi picking up the kill. Now just a bit behind where Annie is at on the opposing team. This is really working out very nicely for Vi.
Yeah. And watching that fight, I wonder if Zed is going to struggle late game with the fact that it's easier to kill steal Zed specifically because of the delay on the damage on his ult. And that's what happened in the last fight. Vi was able to take it down.
Zed going
Darius
down
picking
to
up a kill.
Darius, tying Vi, second place. And Zyra is just a little too close to these melee champions. Set trying to do what Set can, but it's ultimately going to be 2 kills. Nope, 3 kills if you count the Zed from before going
Wow.
over to...
One of those on Riven and 2 on Darius.
So this could be the end of the game right here if Red Team wanted it. The death timers are long enough that with Baron and powered minions, they should be able to just close this out.
It is interesting to
see if
see
they want it.
Pantheon trying to force the game close here. I think he, of everyone on Red Team, stands the most to gain.
And look at Vi there, picking up one more kill before the game goes down, tying Darius.
That is a big kill for Vi this game. And that's going to call the game at 33 minutes.
Wow.
33:50. So right now, our leader is Flappin' Bapkin with 25 points. iPood 101 following with 22.5, followed by Spectacle with 19, where you spent 15, Masterless at 14, Elwin at 13, Aquafina at 11.5, Doggle Daddy at 7. This is still anyone's game, to be honest. Where you spat, Spectacle, iPood 101, Flappin', Bapkin are all in really, really good contending positions to come out first place here. And Masterless Magic and Elwin, if they pull off a really good game here, can still pull out first. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Looking at the teams here, based on the play that we've been seeing, I guess the first question I have is, do you think we're going to see Spectacle play Zed again?
I do. I think that Spectacle is very comfortable with the Zed, and why change something that's working pretty well.
I asked that because Spectacle took 6 kills last game and had a good number of kills stolen from him. Where you spat at 10, Elwin at 8, iPod 101 at 10, Flappin' Bapkin at 11.
Yeah, I think the question is more of, is there a champion that he'd be more comfortable on in this context? And we see the Zed is locked in. So that answers that. Now, where you spat going back to tried and true Tryndamere, iPood potentially sticking with the Darius, and Aquafina quite happy with Pantheon.
I am
Dongle Daddy
loving that locked in Teemo, by the way. That is...
staying with the set, and yep, a Teemo is nice to see. Did we have one in the first game, or was it
We
just
did not.
Hover?
That was a Teemo troll in the first game, but now we got Teemo locked in, and I am so thrilled for this.
Warwick locked in, probably as the jungler.
Now, I was expecting Masterless to pick Senna. Masterless has a lot of Senna experience. I'm a little surprised to see no Senna picks out of Masterless this tournament.
I'm surprised to see that as well, especially since ulting with the near global Senna ult is a great way to pick up some residual kills.
Yeah.
This
I'm not
time, the
surprised to
Annie
see...
being locked in by where you spat, denying from Flappin, who is our last player to pick, taking the Tryndamere. Well,
now,
this
is
should
that
be very
a
interesting.
case where you spat was able to click Annie before Flappin?
I don't think that it was a race, but I do think that it certainly was hovered long enough to deny. Could be wrong, though. So this should be interesting. We have, see, 3 melee characters on each team. So I think they're looking to tussle.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Pantheon, Darius, Zed, Tryndamere, Annie, and Set, we've all seen them in previous games, and we know the people playing Pantheon, Darius, Zed, and Tryndamere have all been very comfortable with these champions in past games and have turned in good performances with them. So I think we're going to see a pretty even match here.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of reliance on champions that have proven to be good in this particular game mode, if you will. And then we see a couple mixing it up as perhaps Hail Marys to see the potential of your Teemo, of your Warwick.
I do like the Warwick pick for the Blood Scent to hunt down low health enemies after a battle. Uh, I think Masterless
I do as
is
well.
likely trying to pick someone a little bit tankier
Yeah.
after the last two games, and I do think that tankier champions have been performing pretty well in the tournament so far. So
Warwick also just has a very long gap closer with a decent amount of bursts to follow it up. And like you mentioned, the Blood Scent, really excellent way to secure kills. Very much in the vein of a Nocturne, I think.
I'm wondering if we're going to see Elwyn's Teemo hiding in the middle of a lane for 30 seconds to a minute, waiting for the 1v1 fight to break out, and only when the fight finishes does the Teemo reveal himself and attempt to pull off the kill steal. That's what
I
I'm
would love
hoping
to
to
see some
see.
shenanigans from Teemo.
True Scouts Code play here. Another question is, do you think we're going to get a jungler out of red team?
I don't.
Yeah, I think the most likely jungler is Teemo, but I don't think they're jungling.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see a Teemo jungle. Pantheon could be a decent one, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, we will find out here in one moment as we launch into round 3. Flap and Babkin looking to defend his position and first place right now.
Yeah, the top 3 could move around quite easily.
We're in the match now. No flash on Teemo or Darius. Going with the Ghost Ignite instead.
It's a lot of ghosts on red team.
That is.
Welcome
I think we're seeing a lot of ghosts and a desire to hunt down.
Really just
lead
interesting to
players.
see the difference. Wow, we have an invade here. Coordination from the blue team.
30
Really
seconds
looking
until
to just
minions spawn.
make kills happen early. An invade bot lane. They're not going to find a lot, it looks like. Nobody is in red jungle. And why should they be?
It's happening. Look at this Teemo. Look at this Teemo. Oh, but the blue team spotted him. Blue team spotted him. They just pinged
They're pinging
assistance
him?
there, and they're all walking in. It's likely that they know. The question is, does Pantheon watch this?
Minions have spawned.
Oh, and he makes a
Oh.
run for it. They are on him. Oh my, and Teemo is going to be first blood going to Warwick. Masterless Magic could use that starting gold.
And that is tricky. Teemo trying to pull off that timeless hide in the lane strategy, but probably
And taking 6
spotted.
summoners with him.
6 summoner. The desperation to be the people who secure the kill. This is exactly how Masterless wanted to start things off. Gonna take
Zed finding himself in mid lane against a Zed again. It's a difficult matchup for these players. Well, for Dongle Daddy, Set seems to be pretty comfortable in that matchup. Top lane, we have a brawl breaking out with iPood and Flap and Babkin, both quite low.
both.
Flappin is going to survive the bleed and will have to walk back to lane as iPood pushes in.
And that dual top lane is our current first and second place players, Flappin, Babkin, and Ipood.
Yeah,
Flappin
really
choosing
great to
this-
be able to see them having to duel each other.
is same player matchup, mid lane, as we had in the first game. Dongle Daddy versus Spectacle. Now it's Set versus Zed instead of Karthus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That Annie might prove to be a problem for Team.
Well, gank coming in from Warwick mid. Nothing gonna happen as Zed shifts away.
Zed's gonna be pretty safe mid, unless he goes in on Set first or until Warwick gets 6. It's gonna be a tricky gank.
Yeah, yeah. Probably the best opportunity for Masterless Magic will be to wait for Set to engage on. Oh, the stun from. Oh, wow, and the flash.
Nice.
Very well played by Dongle Daddy. Catching
Dongle
that
Daddy
Turo
getting a
aggro
little bit of
with the
revenge
stun
there
there.
for game 1.
Yeah. The 1v2 bot lane seems to be comfortable enough for Annie. Farm is not going great, but it looks like Teemo is competing for the farm and just not finding it over the Pantheon.
Given the travel time of Teemo's ults, it can be difficult to farm against someone who's also trying to battle for it.
Yeah, you probably would need to time that ahead of time and anticipate their melee attacks. Maybe even get closer to the minions.
Top lane, we're seeing very aggressive play. We're talking about Teemo, Ipu burning Ghost to start to engage and immediately calling it off. But a lot of head-to-head face bashing going on up there. Teemo begging for someone to come bottom and kill Pantheon so we can get some CS. Dongle Daddy, oh, good fight against Spectacle, but Dongle Daddy going down.
Yeah. 250 health-ish remaining on the Zed.
I think Dongle Daddy was hoping to be able to lure Zed under a tower, but that just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think Zed hitting 6 first is probably what really made the difference there.
Yeah.
Zed did get to lane first, and I think that delay probably set Dongle Daddy back.
Teemo goes down to the anti-stun combo while Pantheon grabs blue.
I'm here to
That's going to be a very difficult lane for Teemo. He doesn't have support. Darius looking to pick up the kill while he has his ult. And Tryndamere does not. Tryndamere trying to bait.
want some.
Ooh, misses the pole.
Warwick coming in.
Oh!
Oh, nice Tryndamere play on the bait there. And able to pick up the kill before Warwick shows up.
Dongle
Wow.
Daddy finding Zed while still level 5 manages to use heal right before Zed's ult pops, saving Dongle Daddy. But will he go back in? If he can get any damage off here. Wow! An incredible kill by Dongle Daddy. We did not see that one coming. That's Dongle Daddy's
that was remarkable.
first kill here. Really baited it in. That was unexpected.
Yeah, that was a solid bait.
I didn't even notice Dongle hitting level 6 there. That was a surprise to be sure. Bot lane, we're seeing the constant tension between the Teemo and the Pantheon, sharing that experience, neither hitting level 6 yet. Dongle Daddy now getting bullied by the Zed, who is back and wants revenge.
able to walk out of lane. Zed not picking up the vengeance in that moment.
Warwick working his
Aipu-
way bot, signaling that he will be coming, and Red really pushing in hard. Let's see what they can do. A Ghost from the Pantheon doing his best to get out, and the Zed coming from mid lane, looking for an opportunity. Crossing over through Try, hoping to find someone unaware. There it is. Will the Teemo go down? It appears not.
Warwick might have been able to pick up that Teemo kill.
He does have
Flash.
the scent. Does he have the scent? Shouldn't he have the scent? Oh, he does, right?
Oh, he
Oh, but he
just
can't
has to
see
go
him.
in there. You can see
Oh,
now.
and he
There
runs.
it is.
Oh, there it is. You could tell he was hungry, and he made it happen. Trinamir going in. Oh, he hadn't actually ulted yet.
He's ulted now, I think.
He has ulted now.
But able to make it out. But that does provide Aipu with a bit of a kill window here. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Aipu's ult is down as well. Likely
Dongle
blocked
Daddy
by Twitch.
missing the big shield. That's going to make it difficult to duel. Aipu pushing in with a very significant wave here. Gonna get some plates in top lane.
We're looking at a pretty even game gold-wise. Slight gold advantage on red team despite being behind on kills.
Yeah, I think that gold advantage is negligible enough that I may have to do a positioning of the waves more than anything else.
Yeah, it's very, very small. We are seeing a slight CS lead from red team.
Pantheon coming in, jumping on the set, the ult from set, but it's not going to be enough. Shut down, well, not shut down, but taken out by the Zed.
And you notice Zed there avoiding any engage, trying to get Pantheon to flow his abilities before Zed goes in and finishes it off. And I think that went just the way Zed wanted it to.
A pretty aggressive play by Pantheon here, really pushing that in. Bot lane, this is interesting.
Where he's
Teemo
at, hoping to get
escapes
Teemo.
just with a sliver, and he should be out. Pantheon going to the jungle.
Warwick covering that mid tower. Another display of team play there from Warwick. Warwick with 2 kills, tied with Zed for the kill lead right now.
We have a Trinamir waiting in the bush here. Oh, and Warwick just looking for the opportunity, using Dongle Daddy as bait. And he goes in. Dongle Daddy does not get much off of, I don't know, is it the Haymaker, the Facebreaker? I'm not sure which one is the big shield one. They have lost patience and they're going in. And Warwick gets it under tower, but he's going to die to the turret shot. No big deal for the Warwick. It's better to get the kill than not. That puts both of them at 3 kills.
That just pushes the kill leaders a little farther ahead, gives them some more gold, widens their kill gap with the rest of the players. I think they're both very happy with that outcome.
Both of these players not being in the top 2, I think, are happy to pull ahead as kill leaders here. Spectacle especially being very close to being in first or second place, sitting at 3rd last I remember.
Yeah, Spectacle with 19.5 points, Flapping back in with 25.
We have an engage bot by the Pantheon, and not going to find the kill. Dongle Daddy is in a precarious spot, gets pulled by the Darius, tries to fight, but a decent ult back toward the tower, but it's too much damage coming from 2 players that have much more farm.
Yeah, it's making the best of a bad situation there. And he able to pick up the kill on Teemo before going down. Warwick trying to pick something up on Pantheon, but deciding not
That's
to
2
die.
kills over to the Pantheon, who we now have some contenders. It is within 1 kill of being tied for first place. Go away, says Pantheon in all chat. Zed pushing in, looking to secure first tower.
And this tower could
Three
be a
members
lot
of
of gold
blue
for Zed,
team
but blue team's
coming
converging.
around, and oh, wow, that is great. Seeing that ability go all the way over there. Zed really just not in a great spot. Goes down to 2 blue members. I don't think Annie was able to participate there. Warwick looking to contest this Rift Herald. Not a stun, but there is the stun. 4 blue members go in, steal the Rift Herald, and take out iPood's Darius. Really good, strong plays from blue team.
Warwick now with 4 kills.
Rift Herald going down mid. Warwick is our kill leader at this point. And we talked about that pick early on, and I think we're really seeing a lot of what we expected to see.
Now, if you're Warwick right now, you want this game over. You can finish the game in the next 5.5 minutes as Warwick. Then you get maximum number of points available. Spectacle trying to pick up a kill on Dongle Daddy, is able to pull the kill off.
Goes down to Annie, who is now at 3 kills. So you
Actually,
can
I
see
think that kill went to Timo, didn't it?
The kill on Dongle Daddy. Yeah, I guess it did.
You got another kill going down to Warwick. Warwick now with 5 kills.
Trying to stay ahead, 3 players tied for second with 3 kills. The Zed, the Trinomir, and the Annie. Blue team prioritizing objectives, securing the dragon. So that's a dragon and a Rift Herald. I think that just having that smite might show a little bit more objective focus.
And we are starting to see that blue team is pulling ahead now a little bit in gold. 1,300 gold lead. Blue team does have 2 paper towers here though. Spectacle going in, trying to pick up a kill on Dongle Daddy, but
pretty
Sid
even
doing a good
trade.
job.
And the Warwick seeing what he can do.
Gets the engage.
Double
Zed saying,
ult.
I want this kill.
Oh, very close.
Very
close
close.
between the 2 of them. But now I think we could end up losing both blue players to the red response.
Looks like
The
Warwick-
ghosts come in and Warwick is in trouble. He decides to stick around hoping that Trinomir can help him out. Trinomir is in no hurry, could potentially just find cleanup, decides it's not worth pursuing, not low enough.
Warwick sitting pretty at 6 kills. 4 players tied for second place with 3 kills right now.
I think if you're Trinomir in that situation, you have to be asking yourself, is there any reason to really stay alive for the sake of the team when I could potentially be closing the gap and ensuring that I'm able to stay as one of the top contenders in this round?
That's the thing. I think right now, if you're Bafkin, you want this game to go on for a while.
Really
It's a
good
long game.
stun coming in on the Zed with the Ignite. Zed's going to go down. Now iPoo jumped on from multiple champions. Now Dongle Daddy having some really good participation in kills, sitting at 5 assists. They just don't happen to count the scoring of this game. The tower was paper, as you said, but Blue was able to come out ahead on it. Aquafina picking up a nice shutdown on Tryndamere, who had just reached 4 kills. That's going to be 700 gold going to Pantheon.
Timo did a good job trying to stay alive with that walker on the tower, but it just was barely not enough.
I think going in on a set can be deceiving. That big shield comes out of nowhere and can eat a lot of burst damage that you expected to just go right through to the health bar immediately.
Yeah, we've seen Dongle Daddy doing a good job deploying that shield to stay alive in some tough-looking situations here. Especially to block out the bonus damage from the Zettel. Looks like Annie is lying in wait trying to pick up a Timo kill bottom.
Really used to seeing the opposite, you know, a team lying in wait for something like an Annie to walk by. Instead, doing some poke on the set mid. The potential follow-up from Pantheon.
It looks like we're seeing building pressure mid right now. Darius could be coming mid as well.
Darius and Warwick about to meet up in the jungle here. A fight breaks out. Another fight potentially coming mid. Zed looking to go join in on... Nope, he is not there in time as iPood is able to secure the kill on Warwick.
Warwick lacking the ult there that he probably needed to be able to pull that fight out.
Warwick still has a 3-kill lead over any other player. That's very significant for Warwick. I bet Masterless Magic right now is really wishing that he had played more of Warwick early on in the rounds here because his performance is just outstanding.
He's been having a fantastic game here so far.
The set's going to go down mid, and that turret will probably go with him very shortly as there are no blue players in the area. Flappin' Babkin goes in, flashes and secures the kill on iPood.
That's now 5 kills on Flappin' Babkin, who is our current point leader. Warwick picking up a kill on Zed. I'm guessing after a Zed fight with Set. Warwick able to come on in and clean things up. Pantheon.
Babkin fighting up top here. Doesn't have the ult. And we see that Aquafina pulls into second place. Very close game still as far as the kill board is concerned.
Very close game kill
jump into a mine here. But no one can follow up on it. That's true. It is quite close, and Blue's looking to secure this objective as well. Darius has showed up, but probably not much he's going to be able to do here. Dongle Daddy wandered a little too far. Darius does pick up the kill, gets a second smash off, and
the Timo mushroom for the secure kill.
But the kill does ultimately go to the bleed from the Darius, despite getting that objective, wandering a little bit too far out into the response from Red. Makes
Timo
that
does
a
get
net
the
gain
kill
for Red, pulling ahead by about 1,000 gold.
Timo does get the kill on Warwick there as well. To 3 kills now. Warwick at 9 kills. 3 kills ahead of Aquafina, who's going to try and pick up another kill here.
Spectacle picks up the kill. A lot of damage flying to try to secure that one. That's the danger of being Tryndamere in those types of situations. Dongle Daddy going in with some confidence here. The Warwick not too far behind. And there's that Timo Shroom. Oh, it's annoying.
Ooh, Warwick trying to get the catch on Zed, but Ult just a little too short. Darius pushing up bottom. Just gonna recall before anyone gets to it.
Warwick still has a very comfortable 3-kill lead, but missing ults like that, that's going to make it tough to keep it consistent when you're talking about a 75-second cooldown.
Zed and Annie could be in
Darius
trouble mid
coming up
here.
to the bottom here.
They might be about to face a 4v2.
Annie holding the stun instead of helping with the Darius, bursts the Zed down. Very smart play when you're in a bad situation like that. Making sure you get a kill, probably the best move there.
That is 2 kills for Pantheon, putting him within 1 point. Masterless Magic's Warwick Aquafina saying, I'd like to be our kill leader this game.
Seeing a lot of catch-up from players who are lower on the overall leaderboard. It's really nice to see.
Get foul.
Darius getting in some counter jungling. Everything's pushing a little against blue team right now. It looks like red team's got good vision.
Really
in
been
blue
able
team
to
jungle.
secure a nice gold lead. 3,000 gold above. Flappin takes a mushroom, shrugs it off mainly. Another one going on to the Warwick. Teemo damage from the mushrooms is not excessive right now. The first item being Nashor's Tooth. The only full item being completed means that not going to be seeing a lot of magic damage coming off of the mines.
Yeah, it looks like Teemo's going on hit. So we're not going to see the truly absurd poison mushrooms
Well,
this game.
they're working toward a perhaps umbrella nomicon. It's not uncommon to see a little bit of on hit early from Teemo just to make sure that farming goes a little bit easier and gets more of a pivot into watching the streams.
That's a good Baron pickup for the blue team. No,
Blue
no
team doing a really
contesting
good
from
job focusing some of these objectives. Red team probably not wanting to mess too much with it, given that there isn't a smite on their team. Better to just look for kills like they did at that dragon pit, and I think it really served them well. Lot of mushrooms all around this bottom jungle here. It's going to be a bad time to be walking around, as hitting 2 of them right there.
Watch it.
If Teemo can keep this up and get some more damage down, could be looking at some kills later on.
Darius, Tryndamere fight. And Darius is able to pick up the kill on flapping back. And
Nice bleed there.
Warwick and Set come by, and Set is able to pick up
That's
the
a
kill.
shutdown. And Pantheon is here to do some cleanup. 3 red players. Pantheon getting another kill, bringing him at 10 kills, taking the lead, and holding a 700 gold bounty.
Yeah, Warwick has not been able to secure any kills for a couple minutes here, so it's the trend is very heavily in Pantheon's favor. Teemo trying to nab Dragon, but he's gonna get by Annie, it looks like, and he's gonna say thank you for starting that.
Oh, that was a really strong play from Annie. I didn't see any kind of vision that Blue had, but a lot of patience there, just expecting that would be taken. I'm not sure how Annie knew, but
Yeah.
it seemed to work out. Now, really close to getting that shutdown gold on that Pantheon. That would have been 1,000 gold going toward Annie. Spectacle goes and finishes that dragon. Good to get that on the board. Pantheon
First dragon
has
going to red team.
a pretty significant lead now. Spectacle gets a nice burst onto Flappin, but there are 3 blue players there to follow up, and he's not able to finish it off. Flashing out, Warwick follows. It looks like he's okay. He's got his teammates there. Here's the classic Darius flank coming up. He ghosts in, grabs the set. It's not looking good for blue. Set goes down. Warwick is in a tough spot. Looks to secure the kill. Cannot. All of red is there, and they're going to push mid in.
And right now, Aquafina saying, let's finish this as soon as we can. Trying to finish this in the next 2 minutes.
A little bit of trash talk coming from the Pantheon.
Annie able to pick up the kill on Zed. And blue team pushing red out of mid. Buying themselves a little bit more time here. Down 5,000 plus gold.
At this point, Teemo has finished the Leandries, and we're noticing the difference in these shrooms.
Oh yeah, Leandries
damage
now,
over
they're
time,
gonna start to hurt.
really delaying back times, just making it an uncomfortable position to be in.
It's really what you want to see out of Teemo. Darius really trying to make something happen, and now he's all alone getting chased out by 3 wards. And that's probably going to be it for Darius. Teemo and Pantheon saying we don't want any of that. Walking away.
Shutdown going toward Annie, who now ties Warwick. Annie's very much in the running here to be the kill leader.
Looks like Trindamere and Pantheon are engaging in a contest in the chat to see who's the most toxic to each other. I'm going to be honest with you, Leslie, I have no idea who's winning.
Well, the implication is that Steve is losing, but that is just the opinion of one man.
That's just like his opinion, you know.
Teemo, I have a request. Please stop. Seems like Warwick does not like the shrooms.
And I actually have some insider information on this, which is that Teemo, in fact, has no plans to stop, despite Warwick's request.
It would be one thing if they were on the same team, and even then, is anyone really on the same team? But his opponents, only if you'll take Aquafina on your team.
I don't know what Aquafina has been saying in team chat, but
seems to be making a lot of friends.
Making a lot of friends. That is a lot of shutdown.
Daddy goes
gold
with a
for
massive shutdown, tying Teemo in kills.
That is the second big shutdown Dongle Daddy's had. I think it'll be interesting to see what Dongle Daddy picks up.
Yeah, I think that's really helping compensate for some of the CS struggles that Set's having.
Yeah, that early laning phase with Set was tricky. Darius picking up the tower.
This is yeah, and we have Annie coming to respond, but Tibbers is already deployed.
Darius
shifting away, not wanting to have any part of it. Just kidding. Looking to get a different exposed inhibitor. Nice rotation. Not going to be met by anything from blue until this inhibitor is already gone.
Bapkin gets the pickup on Teemo, but then goes down to Spectacle. And I think iPood really wants Darius playing, or iPood playing Darius really wants to finish this. Second place right now on the leaderboards. Third place in kills in this game, if he can. Or sorry, pardon me.
An attempted surrender vote from the blue team. Only one vote in favor. Whoever proposed it. So blue team still is looking to get more out of this. Darius is just jumped on by a series of blue team. Pantheon gets revenge on the set, but is in dire trouble. And there is shutdown gold going to Annie.
And those are kills going up to Warwick and Annie. Both tied with 10 kills in second place.
I think Flappin' Babkin is probably looking to try to recover in some way in order to maintain the overall first. But where you spat, really a nice play on Annie in order to close that gap between Warwick.
And Flappin' Babkin's going to have to pick up a good number of kills here to become the kill leader, but doesn't have to come out on top in the overall tournament here. As long as he can keep in a good enough showing here, he can likely hold his lead. Spectacle ghosting and flashing to get
Spell
out.
shield on the edge of night, really helpful to not get picked like that. Really great pickup as an item, given the CC that we've seen coming from blue team.
Warwick's in difficult positioning here. We see a ping from red team. They know where he is.
Very, very aggressive to be this deep in. There are no blue team members to help. We have a flash, but there is no way to escape over the Baron wall. Dongle Daddy shows up, but not quite in position to do much, and is also going to go down, giving a double kill over to Darius. That's big for Darius.
Darius up to 10 kills now. 3 players tied for second place.
No one's going to be looking to surrender at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you want to surrender on any team.
Might be certain players who want to, but you're not going to get a consensus out of this.
Yeah. Where you spat, taking a mushroom to the face. Those are
And here we have that a more aggressive Tryndamere play here, looking to see if he can get the damage he needs, but taking the tower shots and doing a 1v2 there might be a little too much.
Ultimately giving the kill up to Spectacle, which actually pushes Spectacle up to 7 kills, so that fight tangibly moved Tryndamere down the leaderboard a little bit in this kill game. Timo taking blue as his birthright.
Team having about a 4,000 gold lead here and looking to expand it by taking another turret. Dongle Daddy trying to fight, pulls Darius off the turret, and blue team collapses. The kill going to Warwick, who is now within 1 kill of the Pantheon.
And I want to say I did not consider Warwick as a possible champion in this game, but Nashlis has really, I think, proven in this game that Warwick is a really strong pick. He's been able to pick up a lot of good kills with Warwick, and with the tankiness compared to the previous games, he's been able to stay alive much more ease while trying to make those risky plays.
All right, here's this engage between the Tryndamere and the Timo. Blinded for the start of that, but it didn't really matter as he was just trying to get in walking range. Takes a Timo Shroom, but that's a kill that Flappin' Babkin really wants to secure to stay high on the leaderboard.
I'm actually going to submit that Timo Tryndamere fight on Wikipedia as an entry for an example of cyberbullying. That was it hurt to see Timo go down like that. You don't want to see Timo die.
Yeah, I think that's a really popular view.
Yeah.
Timo is one of the most beloved champions in all of League of Legends. And no matter who's playing him, everyone feels he goes down.
We see blue team is closing out the gold gap a little bit. Red team was on 5,000 gold not too long ago, and blue team is now behind
Just
3,000
3,000.
gold. So it's they're starting to close that gap.
Now this would be sole point for blue team if they can get this.
I don't know. Is spectating, is there a way to know what the soul would be?
You can tell by the map. It's going to be a mountain soul. You can also look down on where the dragon will spawn. But
Dongle Daddy doing a really good job doing set there, but ultimately having the kill stolen away by a teammate.
yeah, several deaths here. Annie picking up another kill here. Annie now tied for first with the Pantheon. 13 kills. Blue team's going to secure this dragon. There's not a lot that red team's going to be able to do to stop it, unless Pantheon wants to try to ult in. But even then, I don't know if it's going to be enough. They don't have direct vision of it. This is going to be a Mountain Soul, increasing just how difficult it is to kill Blue's players. We're looking at 38 minutes now, with only 7 minutes remaining in the game before it ultimately has to be called. That does change the value of dragons and late game scaling champions, because we're not going to see it go beyond that. It's very rare to see League of Legends games go beyond that anyway, but we'll have to see whether we see much team fighting. I think that's kind of the difference with this setup, is you're going to continue to see a lot of individual play, looking for picks, and not as much coalescing. Although, speak of the devil, blue team has 4 players pretty close together, and 3 red players not far behind. Looking for the engage on the Darius. Dongle Daddy's a bit out of position between 3 red players here, but the fight is all happening on the other side of Dragon Pit. Dongle Daddy takes on 2 players by himself. Herself. That is the male. We have seen 1 player drop from both sides here. Flappin ultimately gets the shutdown onto the Pantheon, but is then cleaned up by Zed. Zed gets a big shutdown off of that, and it looks like Warwick's is going to be able to close the distance. He gets slowed by the shadow that appeared, but doesn't matter. That Mountain Soul is helping with the tankiness, can run past turrets, get that shield there, don't have to care at all. Warwick, who was our kill leader, is fallen behind somewhat, but still potentially within reach. We have less than 5 minutes left in this game. Now, we actually, being 3 minutes behind, are we going to have to call that if it gets to that, or
we'll take a screenshot when it reaches 45 minutes of the scoreboard,
whatever.
And then that's what we'll base things off of.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it looks like it is possible that we will see the game actually end from forced completion. Warwick picking up another kill there. Warwick 13 kills now in 3rd place on the kill front behind Andy.
We do have a red ward on this Baron here. Red players looking to converge. It's all 4 blue players burning through Baron Nashor.
Warwick does have smite. They are going to pick up the Baron kill. And blue team is now rocking a 2,000 gold lead. So they've, 14 minutes.
Only 3 minutes remaining. They need to close this out if they're looking to get any bonus gold for the end of the game. 15 kills on Annie is
beautiful guard.
Current kill leader, but it's still close. Pantheon 14, just 1 kill behind. Warwick within 2.
Look at that team on minefield.
I think a Teemo can really delay things a lot here, even with empowered Baron minions. Constantly walking over Teemo shrooms is going to make it very difficult for Blue to finish this out.
We're now 3 minutes to force completion of the game. Blue team really trying to force the issue here.
Got the cannon minions sieging this turret down to a 3rd health.
Warwick eating a good amount of power damage there.
That turret is going down. Dongle Daddy ults onto the Darius. That's some big damage there. The Darius looks like he picked up that kill. Several kills for Annie. Annie is now 18 kills. That's going to be tough to beat, and it looks like they might just be closing out the game here. Let's see what Pantheon can do.
That triple kill for Annie is huge. There's no way anyone.
Annie already had the lead there, but really made sure that it is secured.
Game ends at 43 minutes.
That is very big for where you spat. And they close it out before the 45-minute mark. All right. Well, let's get the
Back into
final
the lobby.
tabulation. And I will
All right.
hop back to the lobby.
Sounds good.
The 1 point victory isn't
That's
helping.
some really good Annie play. It's a good pick, I think.
Yeah, Annie's solid. I mean, just
I
so
could
much-
not get a kill around Annie.
That burst.
Yeah.
Some excellent plays there.
Thanks,
I
Sarge.
liked the Warwick pick too. That
Yeah, Warwick worked out. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense with the
Yeah.
what's it
Yeah, that
called?
was a really
Smelling.
entertaining game. Very close. A lot of back and forth there.
Yeah. We were just trying to make Aquafina cry.
Bullshit, man.
that was literally the goal the whole time. Just kill him. Don't let him get killed.
Jason,
Aquafina
you-
really held in there with a lot of kills on the board. It was looking pretty close there, but that,
No
that
one
triple
spoke.
kill from Annie.
I had literally I had the cleanup crew.
But Jason, you visited mid a couple times.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there was
I
a-
noticed.
Here's the
there
sad
was some
thing.
interesting team play there for sure.
I had several lethargic ganks before I remembered that you can activate W to gain the speed boost. It's like there's something I'm missing here. It's been way too long since I played Warwick.
That's awesome.
Well, you had a really decisive lead in the early game with Warwick. So
Yeah.
strong
Yeah.
plays, some great ults.
I just couldn't seal the deal.
Some of those ults following Zed's shadow in was really top tier.
You mean the cleanup? The cleanup?
Yeah, I think the best ult though that I had was ulting onto Timo based on the smell.
Oh, that one in bot lane.
When he ran into the nook.
Yeah.
I
That
did
was a
notice
fun
you
one.
whiff like 3 or 4 against me.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah, I was whiffing a bit.
my Warwick mechanics are mediocre at best.
It was still worked out though. He still picked up those
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah.
Elwin
Well,
gets the Scouts Award for picking Timo.
Those
Scout's honor.
shrooms looked very annoying.
You love to
Yes,
see it.
Especially once
Shrooms almost prevented us
Morellos came in.
winning it.
Not the Morellos, the Leandres.
How many assists was that? 19 assists.
That's a lot.
All right. Well, we have final results tabulated. I'm gonna drop them into Discord for all to see.
Yeah,
Hey.
flat
No way.
Game.
ran away with it.
That is very close.
The half
really
a
good
point.
about it.
No, 1 full point.
One full
Behind,
point.
I
between
Yes,
Flash and
sir.
Discord.
The win mattered.
When did it?
Damn,
I was
we just
trying to
needed to hold
decide.
you for 2 more minutes.
GG's.
Wow,
Alright,
good
GG's,
games,
guys.
guys.
GG.
Good
Yeah,
games.
thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Cheers,
This
everybody.
was fun.
GG's.
Look forward
Yeah.
to watching the streams later.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch
Yeah,
the streams.
Definitely.
Thanks for setting it up and everything.
Yeah.
You're most
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thanks everyone for playing.
Thanks.
Thanks
Night,
everyone. Have a good one.
Later.
Well, some strong play from all our players there. Flap and Babkin closing it out 1 point above iPood, where you spat in third place, Spectacle fourth place, Matchless Magic third place, Aquafina 541, then Elwin, then Dongle Daddy. I don't know about you, Leslie, but I had a fabulous evening. Thank you for joining me this evening.
It was an incredible amount of fun. It was an experimental game type, and I'm really pleased with the results there. I thought it remained very competitive. I think we got to see a lot of interesting play happening that deviated from your standard League of Legends, so I enjoyed it tremendously.
Well said. Well, I think any final words before we call it a night?
No, I think congrats to Flap and Babkin for winning, and to the leaderboard for some really strong showing.
Absolutely. All right, well, we will sign off here. Good games, everyone.
Good games.